Mr. Casiere, do you agree that the solicitor's statement of the facts in each of these charges is substantially correct?
Yes, sir.
Speak up a little bit louder,
Yes,
please.
sir.
My court reporter. All right, after hearing the statement of facts by the solicitor and after considering all of the questions that I have asked you, do you still want to plead guilty to all 7 of these charges?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Long, do you believe that your client fully understands all of his rights?
He does, Your Honor.
And do you concur in his decision to plead guilty to all 7 of these charges based on the facts and circumstances as presented?
Yes, sir, I do.
All right, I find that the facts support the pleas. I find that the defendant's decision to plead guilty has been made freely, voluntarily, and intelligently. It's done so pending advice of very competent counsel with whom he indicates he is satisfied. I am going to accept his guilty plea, and I find him guilty of 7 counts of arson in the 3rd degree. Mr. Long, I would be glad to hear from you at this time.
Thank you, Your Honor. He's 21, born and raised in New Jersey, but he's lived here in Horry County approximately 12 years. He lives with his mother and father in Myrtle Inlet. He was on his own for a while. He dropped out of school in the 10th grade, and he dropped out of school to go to work. I think there were some financial issues with the family, and of course he at that time thought he was a man and could live on his own, things of that nature, and he found out the hard way it's not so easy out there. Pretty much from an early age, Your Honor, he's had some mental health, anxiety, compulsive type disorders. He has been diagnosed with it from an early age, but never received any treatment for it and never became anything that caused him any problems other than the anxiety. He says that sometimes he thinks he's going to die. He'll just start panicking, his heart pounds, palms sweat, gets tingling around his lips and limbs and things of that nature. And he tried experimenting with marijuana for a little while to see if that would help. That didn't work. He then just simply went off the rails. I've tried to get him to explain to me so that I can understand what is it about setting a fire that causes you any enjoyment or relief of anxiety or whatever. And to tell you the truth, he really can't describe what it is. But it's obviously, Your Honor, some type of mental problem that he's going to need some assistance with. His parents are not here today in court. They support him fully, and they expressed their love to him, and they appreciated the fact, respected him for the fact that he was honest and truthful about it. When they arrested him, he gave a full and complete statement admitting everything he had done, and they stand behind him and are glad to see that he, like a man, is standing up like a man and taking responsibility for it. Your Honor, the solicitor makes a very fair recommendation. We have no fault whatsoever with that. My concerns for Ryan are that if he serves his 6-year sentence, if Your Honor is inclined to accept the recommendation, that he will come out of the prison system with no guidance, no supervision, no mental health counseling. And as I understand it, they don't have mental health counseling in South Carolina Department of Corrections. So I'd ask Your Honor to consider a hybrid, maybe give him a little bit of credit off of the 6, but then add some probation to the end of his sentence. He's not going to receive any help in SCDC. He will serve his sentence in satisfaction of the crimes he's committed, but he won't receive any help. And if Your Honor would be so inclined to consider probation on the back end of that, and as a condition of probation or parole, if he were able to get parole, that he receive some mental health counseling. I talked to him about that. He is wholeheartedly agrees that he needs that and wants that very much, and is asking Your Honor to please accept that.
Thank you, Mr. Long. Mr. Casiere,
Yes, sir.
do you agree with what your attorney just said to me?
Yes, sir.
What would you like to say to me?
Pardon?
What would you like to say?
I agree with that. I do need help.
All right, Mr. Casiere. As to each and every one of the indictments before me, I sentence you to, I'm going to deviate somewhat from the recommended sentence, Solicitor and Mr. Long. I am going to sentence you to the State Department of Corrections for a term of 7 years. However, on the service of 5 years, you will then be placed on probation for 2 years. And a special condition of that probation is that you are to receive mental health counseling. And obviously, the mental health counselor can assess you and determine what, in fact, your needs actually are. These 7 sentences will run concurrent. So, actually, you've got a 5-year active sentence as long as you behave. 5-year active sentence and 2 years of probation. At that time, we'll get you some help, hopefully. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good luck to you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Solicitor.